EA Sports presents NHL Hockey 96.
Okay, here we are again, EA Sports NHL 96 on the PC using DOSBox. And want to do the standings and stats after 60 games for this Dallas season. So let's go have a look at that. Standings. Dallas has clinched a playoff berth. That's always nice. 57 wins, 3 losses for 114 points. The next are Chicago Blackhawks, 37 wins, 17 losses, 4 ties for 78 points. Then Detroit Red Wings, 33 wins, 22 losses, 4 ties for 70 points. Calgary Flames, 31 wins, 25 losses, 4 ties for 66 points. St. Louis Blues, 62 points on 29 wins, 25 losses, and 4 ties. Then Los Angeles Kings, 61 points, 29 wins, 26 losses, 3 ties. Winnipeg Jets, 61 points, 27 wins, 26 losses, 7 ties. Kings have 2 games in hand on the Jets, though. The Sharks, they 54 points, 25 wins, 29 losses, 4 ties. Under the line, Vancouver at 51. Toronto and Edmonton tied at 45, but the Leafs have a game in hand. And Mighty Ducks of Anaheim at 42. Then Nordique on the top of the East, 40 wins, 15 losses, 4 ties. Flyers, 40 wins, 18 losses, 1 tie for 81 points. 70 points for New York, 33 wins, 24 losses, 4 ties. 67 points for Boston, 32 wins, 24 losses, 3. I better get up there. Devils, 63 points on 30 wins, 26 losses, and 3 ties. Washington Capitals, they're 30 wins, 29 losses, and 1 tie, give them 61 points. Hartford Whalers, 27 and 27 and 6 for 60 points. Pittsburgh Penguins, 28, 30 and 1 for 57. Under the line, Buffalo at 45, Florida at 44, Canadiens at 43, New York Islanders at 41, Senators at 39, and Tampa Bay Lightning at 36. And the stats in the league roster for points, we've got John LeClair and Eric Lindros at 98 and Mikhail Brinberg at 81. So the Legion of Doom hold the top 3 spots for the non-Dallas players. Then you've got Zamnov at 80, Kachuk at 74, Nieuwendyk, Solani at 73, Pavel Bure and Jaromir Jagr at 72. On goals, you've got Joe Murphy at 46, Peter Bondra at 45, Kevin Stevens at 43, John LeClair at 40, John LeClair at 41, Stefan Richer at 40, Trent Klatt, Teemu Selanne at 39, Eric Lindros, Mikhail Renberg at 36, and Owen Nolan at 36. Then for power play goals, Joe Murphy 13, Rick Talk at 13, John LeClair 12, Correa, Bradley, and Shanahan at 11, Adam Graves at 10, Klatt, Renberg, Nieuwendyk, and Bondra all at 9. Shorthanded goals, Peter Bondra has 12, Eric Lindros at 8, Jeremy Larinack at 7, Pat Verbeek at 6 with Jeff Courtnall. And then Gagne, Fedorov, Turgeon, Nichols, Reichel, Audette all at 5, probably more in that list. On the plus minus, you've got John LeClair, Eric Lindros, and Mikhail Renberg at plus 28. So the Legion of Doom at plus 28. Murphy at plus 22. And then Forsberg, Nolan, and Simon at plus 20 for the Quebec Nordique. So no surprise why they're so high up the East. Who's leading the penalty minutes? Jason Arnott and Theron Fleury with 147, Marchment 146, Kachuk 144, McSorley 139, Pat Verbeek 137, Matthew Barnaby and Trent Klatt 134, Nazarov and Samuelson, Samuelson in Pittsburgh for 134. And Kelly Kissio, 40.3. Kevin Stevens, 36.4. 35.9 for John Leclerc. Bondra, 35.7. Stefan Riche, 35 even. Joe Murphy, 32.1. Owen Nolan, 31.5. Ray Shepard, 31.0. 29.3 for Wayne Presley in Buffalo. Detroit's Keith Primo, 29.0, along with Mikhail Renberg from Philadelphia. And Buffalo's Don Odette, 28.1. So some remarkable shooting. What about the goalies? If we look at the average, Andy Moog just sitting above 1 at 1.06, and Jeff Hackett, the backup in Chicago, 1.72, the only other player under 2. Then Chris Terreri, 2.14. Glenn Healy in New York, 2.33. Rick Tabaracci, 2.41. Dominic Rossell, 2.55. We finally get to a starter, 2.63. Craig Billington, that was Jocelyn Thibault in Quebec, sorry. Craig Billington in Boston, 2.72. Brathwaite, 2.76. Richter, another starter, 2.77. Wade Flaherty, 2.79. And Mark Fitzpatrick, 2.83. For wins, Jocelyn Thibault, 30. Hextall, 27. Vernon, 26. Rudy and Richter at 25. Belfour and Carey at 24. What else have we got here? I can't see because some notification just came up on my screen. Brodeur and Lacker at 20. And then Barrasso and Habibulin at 18. And what about shutouts? So Andy Moog has played 60 games. More than a third of them have been shutouts. Martin Brodeur, 4. Belfour, 3. Hackett, Hextall, Kolzig, Potvin, Richter, Tabaracci, 2. Beaupre, Billington, Brathwaite, probably a fistful more with 1. And then the save percentages, 9.55 for Andy Moog, 9.14 for Hackett. Kelly Rudy, those are the only two above 900. 8.9 or 0.894 for Rudy, they're pretty close. 0.891 for Shovelday and Roussel. 0.890 for Fissé, 0.888 for Urbe, so he's a starter. So is Rudy. Dominic Hasek, 0.886, his starter. Jocelyn Thibault, 883. Wade Flaherty backup. Taveri backup with 881. And Don Beaupre, a starter, 880. So still some impressive numbers in the goaltending. But Andy Moog leading the league, and the shutout number is representative of his whole season. Okay, so that's where the standings and stats sit right now after 60 games. And our next game is going to be an away game in Winnipeg against the Jets. Until then, let's keep our heads up, sticks on the ice, watch for the pass. We'll catch you here next time. Thanks for stopping by.